All right, so you're thinking about moving to Riverside, California. In today's video, I'm going to break down per zip code what is the average cost to buy a home in that area. I'm also going to show you the trends of the direction the housing market is going per zip code, so you have a better idea when searching for homes in Riverside, which price point, which neighborhood fits best for you. Make sure you stick until the end. I'm going to talk about what I think the housing market is going to do in the next 3 to 6 months to prepare you for buying in City of Riverside. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. So you're thinking about making a move to Riverside, California? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell button so you don't miss the weekly videos I drop about living in Riverside. Hi, my name is Adam. This is Living in Riverside. And every single week I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you wanting to make the move to Riverside. So it doesn't matter if you're thinking about moving here in 9 days or 90 days. Make sure you set up a call with me. I love to talk to you, sit down, build a game plan, and make it the move to Riverside as easy as possible. So like I talked about, we're going to break down per zip code what prices are doing so you have a better idea when it comes to purchasing in Riverside. Let's go back to the map over here. And we're going to take our first zip code. We're going to work west to east. So our first one is going to be 92503. This zip code right here, a lot of people that live in this area always trend to need to work in Orange County because it's closer to the freeway. I will say if you're living up in the Orangecrest area versus, over here in the 92503 area, you're saving about 25 minutes per day one way on the commute just because of Van Buren and the traffic. So up in this area, yes, the average sale price in this area is $629. That can be deceiving. And the reason why that can be deceiving is if you're living up on top of the hill over here or up over close by Lake Matthews or in this area right here, you're roughly going to be spending at least $800,000 or more. The reason why the price point on this area is $630 is just because of the houses closest to the freeway. We just sold a house over here for $550. And all the houses over here are completely different than these. These are more newer homes, bigger. These are going to be your older, smaller homes. And so that is what brings you in. So if you're looking at more of that 630 range, you're going to need to be in this area. If you're looking to be closer to Orange County and wanting to be in that 800 plus range, you can be living up on the hill or living here by Lake Matthews. Everything right here in the green belt where the mouse is, those houses are going to have a lot of acreage, at least an acre. So if you're looking for something like that property, that's going to be the style of that. And we want to click on it to kind of show you the trending. Obviously, we've seen home prices increase since 2012. And we saw a little bit of a dip right here last year. But as properties are going up, we're still seeing home prices going. If you want to look up here, home prices going up. The AI system that we use is thinking that home prices are going to continue to go up for the rest of the year. So we want to jump over here to the 92505. Obviously, the price point is roughly the same on average. I will say with this area, this zip code, you're going to get more of the homes. You're not going to have such of a spread of pricing like we saw in the other ones. So you're not going to be seeing houses that are in the millions in that area. You're roughly going to see stuff around that more 630 price range. But kind of all the houses right here in this area, they're all roughly kind of the same styles, size. They're going to be on the older. There are some newer communities in there, but they're definitely not as new as these areas that we'll be talking about later on in the video. So we jump over to 92504. 92504 is kind of like 92503. Over in this area right here, there's a lot of multi-million-dollar houses. Riverside's luxury is anywhere between 1 to 2 million. We don't really see too many properties sell over 2 million each year. There's a handful, but it's not a common thing for us. I will say since COVID has happened, since 2020, that's the biggest thing I've seen is we have a lot more properties in that $1 million price range. So up in this area, you're going to have more bigger houses, bigger lots, roughly in the $800,000 or more. Even in this area right here. But as you get closer to the freeway and on the other side of the freeway, those homes are roughly going to be around that 600 price point. If we want to jump over to 92508, this is going to be the Orangecrest Mission Grove area. This is Mission Grove, kind of in Orangecrest, kind of blew up in the late 80s, early 90s, and this is how we saw a big explosion in the late early 2000s. We actually have 2 new housing projects over here at KB Homes. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be doing video tours of those properties next week. You're not going to want to miss out on that. But you're obviously seeing that prices are roughly in that 765 range. The reason why I think 92508 is the highest price point in Riverside is just because it has a lot of the same style homes, and that's what brings up the prices. Are they a lot of $1 million homes in 92508? Maybe a handful, not too many. Definitely there's more $1 million homes here and $1 million homes here. But the reason why this price point is so high, you really don't see anything lower than that. I think the lowest house currently on the market in 92508 is a small 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, roughly in that 575 range. And so you really see a lot of properties roughly the same price. And that's why that's driving up this medium home price. We take 92506. This is going to be your Victoria Woods, your Cannon Crest, your Overlook, things like that. Going back to kind of how 92504 is, I would say 92506 probably has the highest price homes in Riverside. This area right here is going to be a lot of multi-million-dollar homes. All of this area right here is a lot of multi-million-dollar homes. On the other side of this little street right here, this is Alessandro, a main road to getting up and down the freeway. This area is called Cannon Crest. Those are roughly going to be in this 700,000s. Then we have Victoria Woods right here. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have some Victoria Woods houses coming on the market. And then in this area right here, you have what's called the Wood Streets. Those homes are roughly in the 1950s. Very popular area. That's the one thing I will say. This 92506, I will say, has no not popular area. Wood Streets are popular. This area is popular. Canyon Crest is popular, and Victoria Woods are popular. This area stuff moves pretty quickly. If you want to take 92507, a lot of things over here are going to be for investors and renters because of UCR. The reason why the price point is so low here is this area. This is called the Eastside. Home values are just smaller. Homes are smaller there, so prices are lower. They also still have some, if you're looking for a new build, they have this KB Home has multiple projects there. Go back on the channel. We have done videos of those communities. So if you're thinking about buying new in that area, go check that out. Then we get to downtown. In downtown, over here by the river, you kind of see more of a higher price point. Downtown Riverside is a very mixed things. You can see anything between 500,000 and over $1 million. There's ages from late 1800s to new. So it's kind of a whirlwind in downtown Riverside. So the biggest thing I want to show you is growth over the last year. You can see that home prices are continuing to go up 7%, 7%, 7%. So we're not seeing a slowdown. And that's the biggest thing that I want you guys to pay attention to our videos is that if you read national news, you'll say there's a housing slowing, prices are crashing. If you look at all of Southern California or the Inland Empire in this area right here, no prices have gone down. Home prices are still going up. And with rates going down more, we assume that home prices are going to at least stay the same or go up. All right. So that's kind of giving you an idea of why per price point, where you're going to need to do, but there's always so many pockets. So if you want to, hop on a call, to talk more, what area would be best for you when it comes to what neighborhood you're looking for, remember, set up a free Zoom call. We can walk you through. You can tell me exactly what you're looking for. If you want to just make it easy and shoot me an email. I will get you over exactly what area that will fit best for you. So we've gone over pricing and we've gone over the increase and what we think the market's going to do. If we want to go into going back over here, what I forgot to do is click on all the zip codes so you can see price increases. So 92508, our AI thinks pricing is going to stay stable. We think pricing is going to stay stable. Oh, let's go back to price. Sorry. 92508, we see prices continue to go up. Let's go 92506. Prices are going to stay stable. And this is just information pulled from Zillow and multiple other websites that kind of all calculates together. Prices are going to stay stable. Let's see, 92501. Prices are going to stay stable. I mean, we don't see too many things. So what do I think the housing market's going to do in the next 3 to 6 and maybe 9 months in Riverside? The biggest thing I want people to look towards is inventory. So and let's go inventory growth. All right. So 92503, we're 52% from last year. We're at 12% in 92505. We had 36% increase. We're at 106 increase in 92508. And we're at 73% in 92506. And then 53% downtown and then 53 at night. So what do I think the market's going to do? what I think is going to do is we've seen home prices basically flatten out in Riverside. Yes, we've seen inventory creep up to that 475 range. It's still not the highest we've seen in the last 2 years. We peaked out at 525 back in 2022. And so with interest rates continue to go down, I see home prices kind of staying the same. The one big thing I have done a video on is that we actually have, when it comes to, we've seen a more increase in $1 million houses like we talked about before, but our range from like 600 to 800,000 on the market, there's really only like 150 of those houses. So even though we've seen an increase of those pricing, the kind of the narrow niche that most people purchase in, that 6 to 800,000, is only roughly 160,000. Every house that we put on the market in Riverside in the last 3 months has sold in the first 10 days. And so what you need to make sure that you're just being careful on the market. Do I think it's going to slow down? I think you don't have multiple offers anymore. You might only have 2 offers, even on a house that's priced right. And so, and also, if a house sits on the market more than 30 days, there's about a 65% chance it's going to go below asking price. So if the house sits on the market longer, you can be more aggressive on that thing. Do I see a market crash happening? No. Do I want there to be a price correction in Riverside? Actually, I do. The one good thing before 2020 about Riverside was you were able to get someone, a first-time home buyer, into a house. If someone was qualified for 400 grand, you could find them something. Now, honestly, unless you're qualified for a minimum of 600 grand and you're looking to live in a decent area in Riverside, it's just going to be very tough. So just so you know, if you're looking to move to Riverside, you need to be in that 600 price point. If for some reason, you're not priced at that point, we can go back to the map and kind of show you, like, we might have to start looking in the Moreno Valley area, the Paris area, somewhere down here. These areas are definitely, even the Beaumonts, these areas are definitely a lot cheaper than we are Riverside. Because, I mean, a big reason why I think people flock to Riverside, I mean, look right here. Chino Hills, almost $1 million. Corona, $775. Another part of Corona, $858. Another part of Corona, $760. Like, all this area is more expensive than Riverside. So we definitely see a big drop off as you go east. So if you're thinking about moving to Riverside and for some reason you just can't find what you're looking for, we might have to look, to Moreno Valley, Paris, Menifee. But like I said, we'll talk about that more. If you're thinking about moving to Riverside, let's jump on a call, set up a link, send me an email. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's 9 days or 90 days. Let's build a plan for you to make your move here as smooth as possible. So if you have any questions, comment below. And until next time, peace.